So I was out of the loop. As a Dragon Ball fan, I gotta question my fandom, like how much of a fan I am, because how did I not know? How did I know that there was two other arcs of Dragon Ball Super after the Tournament of Power? I had no idea. I saw a clip. Well, it was a short off of this channel, which I'm gonna give this channel its flowers in a second. But there was a clip I saw of this channel, and it had a short talking about the Monarch arc, and I'm like, what the heck is that? What's the Monarch? And it was showing this different villain and more Ultra Instinct Goku. I'm like, what is this? How did I miss this? Apparently, there are two other arcs after the Broly movie, the recent one. And I'm sorry, I said the Monarch. The Moro arc, which is right after that movie. And there's another arc, which is called the Granola arc. So there's two more stories in Super. And I had no idea. And I don't even know how long when is it? All right, so this video is a year ago. But so it's been two other arcs and I had no idea. I'm starting to question my fandom. Maybe I'm not as big as a fan as I thought. I love Dragon Ball, but I guess I'm not. I always come to this with this energy like I'm a huge fan. If I'm a huge fan, how the heck I'm calling myself out? How the heck I not know about two other arcs? I would have been on there, had the manga and everything. So shout out to this channel though, because it was because of this channel I realized there was two other arcs. But this channel is really good. I love to get flowers. I'm gonna make sure. Hold up. So if you're a Dragon Ball fan, definitely subscribe to his channel. This person puts a lot of work in with research and just opinions and different questions. And this video I'm about to react to, which is a long video, it's like 35 minutes. I'm gonna try not to talk that much, but it's a reaction as well. So it's a reaction. If I'm not just gonna sit here and be quiet and watch it. So if that was the case, I didn't have to make this video. But this shout out to this channel. He has the whole Monarch series of manga. He's gonna talk through it. And he has the other arc, the Granola arc. I'm gonna react to both of them because after I heard the news of two other arcs, I was trying to look for them to buy in stores. They are hard to get. They are hard to get right now. I got 5 of them, but they're like mixed up. There's one in part 15, part 11. So I don't want to spoil anything. So I'm slowly collecting them. So that's why I don't know the arc yet. I tried my best to get them as quick as I could. It's just hard right now online. Because it's hard, people are selling one novel for $30. I'm not doing that. I'll wait, and when I can get them all together, then I'll read them one by one. So until then, I'm gonna watch this because I want to know what happened after the Broly story. I want to know what happened, and then the Granola arc I heard is after this one. So we're gonna get right into it. Shout out to again Carthu's Dojo. If I said that wrong, I apologize. But definitely go subscribe to him. He has, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you will love his channel. I was looking through some things, his shorts, his videos. He has a lot of great content that I want to look into myself. And so you'll see other reactions as well. But yeah, Carthu's Dojo, shout out to you. Because if it wasn't for you, I would have not known there was other. Oh, man. Dang. All right. For now, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball, but not as big as I thought. There's no way. And if y'all say the same thing, I understand. Anyway, let's get right into it. I want to know what happens. And I saw a picture of more Ultra Instinct Goku. And I heard in the Granola arc, if you see my Vegeta right there, the picture I got from Comic-Con, I finally get to see the birth of that. Like, I got the picture because I love the design. And I thought it was just someone designing it. I didn't know it was part of a story. I thought it was like one of them. You know how people make a lot of fandom arts and stories. I thought it was that. Ego Vegeta. So, or Super Saiyan Ego or something like that. Ultra Ego. But I didn't know it was part of a story. And I heard it's in either this one or the next one. So, regardless, I'm looking forward to seeing the birth of that. But anyway, let's get right into it. Thank y'all for tuning in. And thank you to this YouTube channel. I'm definitely going to look into this. We got a long video ahead of us, so enjoy it with me, and I'll give you my thoughts as we're going through it, because this is a reaction video.
Moro arc starts after the events of Dragon Ball Super. The Moro arc starts after the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Though we don't see those events in the manga, just assume it's basically the same as the movie. Goku and Vegeta are training and talking about never fighting together again, and doing all the other flirting you'd expect them to. Vegeta asks about Ultra Instinct, but Goku says he hasn't been able to use it a single time since the Tournament of Power. Their date gets interrupted by a call from Mr. Satan. Boo is being kidnapped, so he needs Goku and Vegeta's help. Goku tells Vegeta he'll teleport them both over, but Vegeta acts like a tsundere and says that he'll just fly there himself. Goku arrives first and handles the kidnappers. Vegeta gets there shortly after, but lets Goku handle it. One of the kidnappers hears Mr. Satan say Goku and Vegeta's names. He seemingly knows who they are and proceeds to effortlessly speed blitz both of them, defeating them both with a stun gun. He tells the others to take Goku and Vegeta as well, so with that, the kidnappers leave Earth. When the Saiyans wake up, they see Jocko and find out
I was about to say he reminds me of him.
The Galactic Patrol. The one who knocked out Goku and Vegeta is called Merus, and he's the #1 Galactic Patrol agent. He explains they kidnapped Boo because they need the Great Lord of Lords who slumbers inside of him. Apparently, 10 million years ago, 5 million years before Boo absorbed the Great Lord of Lords, there was a battle with the Planet Eater Moro. The Great Lord of Lords thought they had no chance of winning, so he gambles it all on locking away the Planet Eater's magic. It costs him his god power, but it works, and the Galactic Police, the predecessors to the Galactic Patrol, take Moro into custody since he was conveniently too strong to be killed. Even after 10 million years, he's still alive, and even worse, some of his magic has returned, so he was able to escape from prison. Unfortunately, Boo is sleeping when they need him for the 10th time this year, so it's impossible to reach the Great Lord of Lords at the moment.
The
Goku
manga,
says they'll help
his illustration.
Moro,
I like
and Vegeta reluctantly agrees, though he's more interested in Merus, who seems far too powerful for a normal Galactic Patrol agent. So Goku and Vegeta are temporarily inaugurated into the Galactic Patrol, and they get some cool logos on their outfits. We get a bit sidetracked by the Macarini gang, led by Pasta, who stole a train transporting an explosive material. It somehow feels like filler in a manga. The most important thing here is that this confirms to Vegeta that Merus is just far too fast and powerful to be an ordinary Galactic Patrol officer. Once they return to the Galactic Patrol HQ, they find Moro's location. Goku begins to sense in the direction he's headed, but Moro can tell that Goku is searching for him. Even scarier, Moro's ki feels like the screams of a lot of people. Since he's a planet eater, his power is literally a mass of slaughtered souls, which is kinda edgy, but not too edgy, so it's pretty cool. On Moro's ship, he says to his ally Cranberry that they're being searched for. However, he can't scan any more than that himself, as it takes a lot out of him. Cranberry is an ex-Frieza soldier who was captured by the Galactic Patrol. He escaped with Moro and told Moro about the Namekian Dragon Balls that would allow him to regain his magic. All Cranberry asks for himself is a single wish, to which Moro agrees. Our heroes also figure out that Moro's destination is New Namek. Goku and Vegeta teleport to New Namek before Moro can touch down, and this time they even hold hands. Merus was too distracted by his
I was literally seeing that. I was
from
looking like, wait, is that them holding hands? As he usually Vegeta touched his shoulder, but Vegeta was holding his hand there.
True, to warn them not to confront Moro. When they arrive on Namek, they warn the Namekians, so they start to run away with the Dragon Balls. After they leave, Moro's ship lands and he exits.
Oh, here we go.
He tries to eat a Namekian child named Eska, but Vegeta acts quickly and saves him, talking about his troubled past with the Namekians as he does. This is actually really cool to see Vegeta's regret towards the man he used to be.
That's
so
cool.
Vegeta says he wants to handle Moro himself.
Wow, I like that. I'm a huge Vegeta fan. He's my favorite character of all time. But that little nugget in there and him remembering what he did back in the Frieza saga, I like that. Let me go back. I like that part. Because you're not really seeing Vegeta saving people, but him remembering how much pain he gave the Nameks back in the Frieza saga, he feels like he should lend a hand. I like that. You can see the change. That's one thing I love about Vegeta. There's some things I don't like about Super, but one of them that I love, probably the best thing, is Vegeta's character development. You know him from the Saiyan saga, and then you see him now with his family and how he acts in Super. I love it. They wrote Vegeta well. That's one thing that he gets a lot of respect in, is his character arc. I still want him to be the victor against a villain one day. Maybe in one of these sagas it's going to be, but That little nugget there, I like that a lot.
So they start to run away with the Dragon Ball.
It might be small
After
to
they
some
leave,
people, but
Moro's
if you
ship
know the
lands
saga,
and he
it's
exits.
a big
He tries
deal.
to
Just
eat
that
a
little
Namekian
part.
child named Eska, but Vegeta acts quickly and saves him, talking about his troubled past with the Namekians as he does. This is actually really cool to see Vegeta's regret towards the man he used to be. So Vegeta says
I like that a lot. Wow, that was my I like that.
He charges in, but Moro is easily able to handle Super Saiyan Vegeta, so Vegeta turns Super Saiyan God.
Here we go.
Now it's starting to look like Vegeta will win, but Moro still has more power to show himself in the form of his magic. Goku mentions that they know he eats life energy, and Moro compliments them for not being entirely ignorant. Then, as Moro lifts his hands, energy begins to spew outward from New Namek. Moro explains that instead of just eating the planet's life energy, he can manipulate it into the form of attacks. Vegeta tries his best, but after finding out that this attack costs Moro no stamina, he says he can't win. He asks Moro what his goals are, and after some convincing, Moro reveals that he's after the Dragon Balls, and he wants to use them to regain his former strength. And that's all Vegeta needed to hear. He calls Moro rotten scum that's worth killing for sure. Vegeta quickly turns Super Saiyan Blue and begins to easily beat Moro. Everything is going well until Goku starts to notice something is wrong.
Something about to happen.
Moro forms a huge ball with Namek's life energy. Vegeta says it's useless, but Moro doesn't use it to attack. Instead, he eats it and gains a massive power-up as a result. Vegeta thinks that Moro's power-up isn't nearly enough and tries to transform to face him again. But Vegeta can't even turn Super Saiyan. Not only can Moro absorb a planet's energy, but he takes energy from the life forms on the planet as well. Goku
I misheard. I thought that's what he said.
I
thought that's what he said earlier. Oh, okay. I thought that's what he said. That's why I knew that was going to happen, but I misheard him.
Planet's energy, but he takes energy from the life forms on the planet as well. Goku jumps in to help Vegeta, but neither of them have enough energy to handle Moro
taking that power was
Goku
like what
feels
Goku
bad for the
did with the
Namekians,
Spirit
but he
Bomb
knows
in
they
the
can't
first
stay
Broly
there,
movie.
so he grabs Vegeta to teleport away. But Goku doesn't even have enough ki for instant transmission, which I think is a first for the series. With no escape, Moro grabs the two Saiyans and takes a large portion of their life energy.
Oh my goodness, what the heck?
Shocked to find their energy restored his body to a far more youthful state. With Vegeta and Goku handled, Moro and Cranberry begin to hunt the Dragon Balls. Back at the Galactic Patrol HQ,
I didn't expect that.
Woken up, and they received a report
they might need that
Goku
dude. He
Vegeta's
took
life
down Goku
signatures
and
were
Vegeta as well,
detected on
whatever
New
he
Namek.
is.
They were actually saved by Eska and Elder Mori, though they were unconscious for 3 whole days. Luckily for them, Moro is taking his sweet time collecting the Dragon Balls because plot, I guess? So he only has 3 Dragon Balls as of now. The Namekians have a plan though. Their greatest warriors started assimilating in order to defend their world. Dozens of Namekians merge into one, and the resulting warrior flies directly at Moro. But without even looking at him, Moro impales the Namekians' greatest savior, easily killing him. Vegeta realizes that Moro is using the villages to find the Dragon Balls, but right as he figures that out, Moro learns to sense the Dragon Balls directly, because plot. I mean because his magic, of course. So, hiding the final Dragon Ball just isn't an option anymore. Goku and Vegeta sense Moro approaching, and even on the brink of death themselves, they power up to face him one final time, knowing they'll likely die. But before they can, another ship shows up behind Moro's, and on top of it is Merus. He shoots down Moro's ship, and he uses a net specifically
I
designed
literally
to
just
trap
said that. I was like,
Moro.
he needs to
It
come
still
and
won't
help.
hold the Planet Eater for long, though, so their true plan begins, and Boo is dropped from the ship as well. Not only that, the Galactic Patrol were able to bring out the memories of the great Lord of Lords. Moro and Boo begin to get angry at each other as they reminisce. Moro breaks out of the netting, and their battle begins.
I like
With
how
the
they're
memories of the
Boo
great
is
Lord
involved
of
more
Lords
now.
and Boo's unique physical abilities, it seems like he can actually win this. Even Moro's energy absorption doesn't work, and it seems like Boo got a power-up from having the memories awakened.
I like
Merus
it
tells
revolving
him to
Boo
steal
back
away
again.
Moro's magic, but as he begins to, the sky turns dark. Cranberry has collected
That is
the
one thing I did hate about the Tournament of Power. As much as I loved it, I hated how Boo wasn't in there. I would have loved to see what he would do against other people. Against Jiren, we know what's going to happen, but other characters, I would have loved to see it.
Final Dragon Ball. Before Goku and Vegeta can intervene, Cranberry wishes back Moro's full magical abilities. After getting his power back, he flies towards Kurunga and kills Cranberry. Moro wanted a second wish after all, and since Cranberry used the first one to heal himself, that left nothing for the ex-Frieza soldier. To be fair, he does eat people's souls.
Yeah,
so he's not
that
the
is a
most
villain. You think he's
trustworthy
gonna
guy.
work
When
for
Goku
you?
and Vegeta finally catch him, Moro has already made his wishes, but he's hiding what the second one was. He then tells them that he has no need to fight anymore and runs away, suppressing his ki as he does. Boo and Merus catch up with them, and Boo quickly heals everyone that's still alive. Meanwhile, Moro begins to eat the entirety of planet Namek.
Dang,
After healing everyone,
Namek in
Boo's
trouble
face
again.
changes to the Great Lord of Lords face. He says he'll swap places with Boo until Moro is defeated. With that, Goku, Vegeta, and the Great Lord of Lords teleport to Moro for the final confrontation. Moro uses illusions to buy himself time while he absorbs the energy of Namek from outer space, a place where Vegeta and Goku can't reach him. So the Great Lord of Lords goes on his own. It's immediately clear though that Moro is stronger than the Great Lord of Lords, so the weird abilities
Dang,
of
Boo
Boo
could've
don't
won that
matter
earlier,
anymore.
too, before
The
he got
Great
his,
Lord of Lords
wish.
threatens to steal Moro's magic, but Moro calls his bluff, saying he doesn't have the god power required to unleash that ability anymore. As Moro beats him down, there's a memory that appears to the Lord of Lords. It's the end of the Boo saga where Goku kills Kid Buu, and now the Great Lord of Lords understands that Kid Buu had his god powers. Moro saw the memories as well, and now he's even more confident that no one can challenge him. Meanwhile, Merus asks Goku and Vegeta if they're sure they're stronger than Moro, and Vegeta says, magic aside, yes. Merus then puts on a spacesuit and says he'll get Moro back to planet Namek so they can fight
I want to
him.
know
With
more
the
about
help
this
of the
character.
Great
How
Lord
was
of
he able to
Lords,
take
Merus
out
is able
Goku and
to
Vegeta
distract
earlier?
Moro and teleport him back to Namek. Goku and Vegeta teleport over as well and confront Moro again, but this time at full power. Moro laughs at them for thinking they can win since they forgot about the second wish. It's revealed that Moro wished for every Galactic Patrol prisoner to be released. Side note, waiting a month on a massive cliffhanger only to find out he wished for prisoners to be released
Right, I'm
was
like,
super underwhelming.
what was the
Jocko
point
can
of it?
handle most of these guys himself.
Has to
Anyway,
be something
the
big
prisoners
with it.
arrive on Namek just in time to facilitate Moro's escape. He empowers an army of them to battle Goku and Vegeta, and while they're easily beaten even with the power-up, Moro is slowly draining Goku and Vegeta's energy along with Namek's. It eventually gets so bad that they can't transform at all. Merus and Jocko jump in to help the Saiyans and the Great Lord of Lords retreat. But when Goku is ready to teleport them all away, Vegeta goes on a rant about not liking weird techniques for some reason, and then goes off on his own. Goku and the others return to the Galactic Patrol HQ, and Vegeta steals Agent Iriko and his ship and tells him to go to Yardrat, the planet with all the weird techniques.
Is this where he learns
I'm
the
still down
super,
for most of what's happening to Vegeta this arc, but it's tough to get behind how weird this juxtaposition feels, especially when the paneling frames his main motivation as Goku and not Moro. Anyway, a few days
maybe
pass
this
and
is
the
the
prisoners go on
alter
a
ego.
rampage around the universe, specifically finding planets for Moro
But why
to
is that a
consume.
secret
Goku
about
and
the
Merus are concerned
releasing
at
the
how
prisoners and
Moro is
stuff?
growing
Why was
even
that a
more
secret? He could have just said that
powerful.
earlier.
Merus says their odds of victory are now virtually zero. Goku asks even if Merus was fighting seriously. Goku throws a serious punch at Merus and he dodges it easily, which seems to prove Goku's theory. Goku asks to spar with Merus and Merus agrees. They go into a training room and face off. Goku seemingly can't land a hit even after turning Super Saiyan 3, so before they destroy the training room, Goku asks Merus to train him. Merus agrees and says he knows just the place. Meanwhile, the Macaroni
This
gang
guy.
are doing their own thing while pretending to work
It was
for
cool to
Moro.
see Super
They
Saiyan
even
3
remember
again.
Jocko talking
One
about Earth before
transformation
they
they
got
don't show a lot.
captured, so Earth is now a target for the forces of Moro. See? The train section was important after all. At the same time, Vegeta has finally arrived on Yardrat. He's greeted by the Yardratians, which is what they're called in the manga, but I'm just gonna call them Yardrats because that's easier to say, who come in two types. This is done to canonize both the anime design and the Toriyama design for their race, since they were never seen in the original manga. Pretty smart, actually. They apparently heard about Vegeta from Goku in the past, and most strangely, they say Goku defeated the Ginyu Force on their planet. I guess that means there were more Ginyus than the main 5 we saw on Namek.
Yeah.
Vegeta then meets Elder
That would make
Paibara,
sense.
the Yardrat that taught Goku instant transmission, and will be the one to teach Vegeta what they call spirit control, a way to use your ki in order to use techniques like these. A few days after that, Goku and Merus leave the Galactic Patrol HQ to begin their training. Back on Earth, Piccolo is concerned that he can't get in touch with new Namek and fears something terrible has happened to the Namekians. His worries are interrupted when he senses the Macarini gang approaching Earth and goes to investigate
get some other.
them.
Okay, there we go. Piccolo's been on the sideline for so long. It's good to see him.
At the same time, Bulma meets up with Dende
Outside
to tell him
movie,
that Jocko wants to recruit Piccolo into the Galactic Patrol. Bulma then calls Jocko again, and they learn about Moro, the prisoners, and the fate of planet Namek. Unfortunately, as Dende realizes the Macarini gang are involved, Piccolo has already decided to let them go. Dende quickly tells him to stop them, and he does, but not before Pasta could report back to Moro about Earth and its energy. Moro decides to send a stronger scouting team to confirm it's actually worth his time.
Where's
As
Gohan
they make their
at?
way,
Krillin and
Goku
everybody
Merus
else.
continue their training. Merus explains the true nature of Ultra Instinct and how to trigger it. You can't simply be calm, but you have to remain calm in the face of an overwhelming shock to your emotions. After saying the technique by name, it's confirmed that Goku was right about Merus. After their talk, Merus takes Goku into a place similar to the Room of Spirit and Time on Earth, except this one only passes 3 days inside for every 1 day outside. Now, the real training begins. You'd think Goku would tell Merus about the one on Earth so they could get more time to train, but it's not even brought up as an option, so moving on, I guess. Back on Earth, they tried to gather all of Earth's greatest warriors, but only Krillin was available. They'll have to make do, since 3 stronger prisoners made their way to
Gohan,
Earth
bro? Like,
that was made by an android.
You want to be a family
called
man, but you are
7-3.
saying,
This
bro,
android
come on
is
now.
able to copy the abilities of others for 30 minutes by grabbing their necks.
He's literally the most
portal he
powerful
made
one on that
was
planet,
one
right
such
there,
ability.
right then
Without
and there.
hesitation, 7-3 is able to grab Piccolo's neck and copy his abilities as well, even after being warned by Jocko. Krillin goes to help Piccolo, but Yumba drags him into a fight instead. Things are seeming bad for Earth's fighters here. Krillin is struggling with Yumba, Jocko is barely holding on against Shirameka, and Piccolo has to deal with fighting a copy of himself with infinite stamina. It's looking bleak for Earth. That's when Gohan arrives.
There
As
we
the
go.
strongest
Okay, I'm about to
fighter
say,
currently
come
on
on
the
now.
planet, Gohan
All
is
this power
easily
you got.
handling 7-3. Right as Gohan is about to finish off 7-3, his copy of Piccolo runs out, and he switches to a stored copy. This one is Moro. With the ability to absorb energy, he only targets the 4 fighters in front of him, and now they have no chance of winning. As they begin to reach the brink of death, Piccolo tells the prisoners that even if they fall today, Goku and Vegeta will come back to Earth and finish them off. This intrigues Moro, since the idea of Goku and Vegeta returning to Earth stronger than ever could lead to the...
Maybe I missed the part, but how did he get Moro's power? I thought he has to look at them and get their power. Maybe he did look at Moro before and he could keep the memory. I don't know. Maybe I missed a step there.
Greatest meal in the universe. So he has 7-3 and the others retreat for now. They say they'll return to Earth in 20 Earth days.
So
but
wait a
Jocko
minute.
is able...
This is before the superheroes Dragon Ball movie? Because I just noticed that Piccolo didn't turn to Orange Piccolo and it's not Beast Gohan. This has to be... Well, yeah, because they said it was right after the Broly movie. That's what he said. So, and the superhero one was after that. After that movie, I should say. So maybe, so this is between. Oh, sorry. This is between the Broly movie and the Heroes movie. Has to be, because Gohan didn't even turn on whatchamacallit, Beast Gohan.
To buy them more
Orange
time.
Piccolo,
they
none
have
of them.
2 months in total until Moro and the prisoners return to Earth. Merus is informed of the 2 months that they have, meaning they only have 6 months to train in the time chamber, so they get back to it immediately. However, they're being watched by Whis, who's visiting the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest explains that Merus is an angel in training. He was dispatched to Universe 7 in order for him to broaden his perspective. Angel law prohibits angels from acting in a biased manner, hence why they aren't allowed to truly fight and only train. Whis vouches for Merus, saying he hasn't broken any angel laws yet, and that he'll keep an eye on his younger brother. The Grand Priest agrees and wishes Whis luck, as he doesn't want to lose an angel.
Oh, wow,
on Yardrat,
that makes
Vegeta
sense.
and Iriko have no
That
contact
totally
with
makes
the
sense
Galactic
now,
Patrol,
why he
so
was
they know
so
nothing about
easily
what's
taking the
happened on
other two
Earth.
down.
So Vegeta just continues his training without knowing the time limit Earth has. He's already managed to learn basic spirit control, so now it's time to learn the abilities of Yardrat. Paibara is about to teach him instant transmission, which is considered a basic technique, but then some of Moro's forces land on Yardrat. Vegeta goes to handle it, but his power has already grown far larger than he ever expected. A blast he intended to just destroy a communicator with instead blasted away an abandoned Yardrat city. As he defeats the escaped prisoners, they mention
That's
that
a
Earth
cool
is
look.
the next target for Moro, though they don't tell him about the 2-month wait. Thankfully, Vegeta can sense Earth from Yardrat and knows that Moro isn't there yet, so he has time to continue his training. However, he has to kick it into high gear, skipping the basics and going straight for the technique that can beat Moro. Moro can sense how powerful Vegeta has become and gets excited. He tells Sagambo that he'll have to reach the outer limits of his power before going to Earth, if he even has such limits. That's called foreshadowing. So, Moro consumes planets while Goku and Vegeta continue their training until 2 months finally pass. Merus and Goku are going to have a final spar, and Merus is about to go all out. But before they can begin, Whis stops them. Whis explains that clashing at full power is considered a battle, so that would have broken Angel Law even if he called it training. Merus apologizes, but Whis is even more annoyed by the fact that Merus intended to do battle against Moro alongside Goku. Now that Goku knows Merus is an angel, everything makes sense. He asks Whis what happens if an angel breaks the laws, and Whis says they are erased from existence without a trace. It's the only way an angel can die. Weirdly, this implies that even Zeno can't remove them from existence, unless that's just a given. Something to note for the future, I guess. So Whis takes Merus back to Beerus's planet and leaves it to Goku to finish the fight. The only issue is they leave Goku behind, so he has to figure out how to get back to Earth on his own.
That's something,
on
though.
Earth, the entire Galactic
he would have
Patrol
won.
has arrived to fight
the angels
the
are
invading forces, as
compared
well
to these
as
other
all the
people's
greatest
powers.
fighters on Earth, minus Goten, Trunks, and the androids. The prisoners begin to spread across the planet, so everyone splits up to handle them. The main battle for now is Piccolo and Gohan versus 7-3. But before they even know they're fighting him, he uses the copied abilities of an invisible race to sneak up behind and grab their necks. Things may seem bad, but Gohan and Piccolo prepared for his copy ability, and since he can only use one copy ability at a time, they are able to outperform him with combination attacks. Pushed to the brink of death, 7-3 changes to Moro's abilities again, but when he tries to absorb the ki of the two in front of him, nothing happens. Android 17 and 18 are here actually, and they don't have ki, so they're the perfect opponents for 7-3 with this copy ability. It seems like the battle is going in Earth's favor, but then Moro and Sagambo make their way down as well. The human fighters have handled their initial foes, but soon they're overwhelmed
that's cool to see Yamcha knocking people out.
As Moro and Sagambo touch down on Earth, Piccolo knows immediately that he's on a different level than the others. Before Moro can fight, Sagambo offers to do it himself, and Moro agrees, even granting the prisoner more of his power. With this much energy, everything went from great to hopeless on every front. Even with Gohan, Piccolo, and the androids fighting together, Sagambo is just way too powerful. Now nowhere on Earth is doing well. As things start to look desperate, Goku starts getting close enough to Earth to sense what's going on, but they're still too far to teleport to, until Krillin gambles it all and raises his ki as high as it can go in the hopes of Goku finding it. It works, and Goku teleports to Krillin just in time. With Goku now on Earth, he quickly goes around saving the other human fighters, then teleports to the main battlefield where he can easily handle Sagambo. Goku is actually moving so fast only Jocko and Moro can see him, a true testament to how much stronger he's gotten. Moro and Goku have a little bromance until Sagambo gets back up and interrupts, so Goku puts him down again, but he just keeps getting back up. It turns out that Moro has given him more power and continues to give him even more power on top of that, but Sagambo's body can't handle it. After a few more power boosts, Sagambo drops dead, leaving only Moro for Goku to face. Goku gets angry at how Moro treated Sagambo, but he tells Moro he's ready to show the power he's gained from his training. In an instant, the rage leaves his face as he closes his eyes and returns to base form. When he opens his eyes, he's in Ultra Instinct Sign, the precursor to the technique of the gods. Goku and Moro begin to clash, and it seems that Goku has the upper hand. Moro's magic proves a little tricky, but it's nothing that Goku can't handle. Gohan tells his father to go all out, not worrying about damaging the Earth since they can fix it with the Dragon Balls. The same thing Goku said to Gohan in the Cell Saga. I'm sure this is
we haven't seen anybody beat Ultra Instinct yet. Well,
I
haven't.
It becomes more even the more magic Moro uses, but Moro still hasn't tried absorbing Goku's ki. When he finally does try to get a lock on Goku to steal energy from him, Goku begins to move at top speed to avoid it. With Moro's main ability nullified, it seems like Goku can actually win the fight. Back on Beerus's planet, Whis and Merus are observing the battle. Whis praises Merus's training and asks if they'll see Goku's silver-haired form as well, but Merus says no. Back on Earth, Moro snickers and tells Goku energy absorption isn't his win condition. He's been holding back his power until this very moment. Once Moro powers up, he's easily able to grab Goku and drain his ki. Moro even noticed that Goku can't maintain the form for extended battles. With Goku back in his base, it seems hopeless, but thankfully Goku still has more power left.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say, that was
made
quick.
him even more confident he can win this fight if he attacks with everything he has. Now, with both of them at full power, they're back to a virtually even fight. Merus and Whis aren't sure if Goku's strategy is the best, but Moro is stronger than Goku and Merus predicted, so he doesn't have a choice but to gamble it all on this. Back on Yardrat, Vegeta has finally mastered the technique he needs to beat Moro. He asks Paibara to be teleported to Earth, but Yardrats are forbidden from teleporting off their planet, and even if they could, they can't teleport somewhere they've never been before. This is weird because Goku never met anyone on New Namek, nor has he been there before, but I guess the explanation of looking for key signatures like Piccolo's is good enough? I don't know. This tension is pretty forced. Anyway, even if these arbitrary rules weren't in place, Paibara can't sense Goku because he's using God Ki. So Vegeta just asks to be taught instant transmission since he needs to get to Earth as soon as possible.
That's cool.
Goku tries to use as much
I heard of
power
something like that, Vegeta learning instant transmission. I didn't know it was part of the story. I thought it was a fan story.
And is knocked out of Ultra Instinct sign.
Hey, come on, Goku, that was fast. You lost Ultra Instinct that fast?
Which allows Goku to survive. On Yardrat,
but it is
Vegeta
interesting to see someone actually
tries
beat
to
it.
lock onto Goku's ki, but he can't do it. Paibara senses that Goku's ki has returned and offers to break their rules for this emergency, but Vegeta says he can do it. So he tries again, and after locking onto Goku's ki, he teleports off Yardrat and arrives on Earth. Android 17 and 18 are doing their best, but they aren't strong enough to beat Moro. Vegeta appears on the battlefield right after. Goku is shocked to see him use instant transmission, but he assures Goku that he probably can never use it again. Vegeta then has the androids back off and steps in to fight Moro himself. Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Yes, it's in the manga. It happened in the Tournament of Power, just like the anime, and charges in. Even after talking big, Vegeta's first attack barely phases Moro. It seems like he was just hyping himself up with nothing to support it. Everyone thinks Vegeta is going crazy since he clearly can't win, but don't worry, Piccolo assures everyone that Vegeta has never been one to misread an opponent's strength.
Look, you don't have to laugh. I mean, is it funny? Sure. What was that saying? What was that little meme? I mean, let's not go that far. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to go there. I mean, come on. It's a... Okay, it is funny. I gotta give it up. I'm a huge Vegeta fan. That hurts to hear, but... I mean, it hurts to hear him laugh, but at the same time, you're not wrong. You just have to go there, though.
I'm sorry, that's just too funny. Anyways, as Vegeta continues to fight, it becomes clear that Moro is being worn down and Vegeta is starting to deal damage. Goku is the first to realize it, and he knows what technique Vegeta is using. It's Forced Spirit Fission. Vegeta tells Moro he's liberated all the souls he's devoured. It's like Moro's planet-eating power or a spirit bomb in reverse. Goku explains to the others that Forced Spirit Fission tears things apart that were combined through fusion or absorption. Vegeta even says he could separate Piccolo, Nail, and Kami if he wanted to. This is cool, but it causes a tiny and annoying issue as well. If Goku knew about this technique since he was on Yardrat, wouldn't he think it useful to learn after facing beings like Cell or Boo who literally absorb people? It would have been much better if him knowing about the technique
knowing Goku, he wants to learn everything.
I think. Anyway, Vegeta is flirting with Goku instead of focusing on the battle like the tsundere that he is until Moro jumps back into the fight. There's still nothing he can do, and Moro's body begins to return to its old state. At this rate, he'll die from old age rather than the fight at hand. As the energy returns to the planets they were stolen from, some will be restored, but those who were dead for too long will sadly remain dead. New Namek is a case where people did get revived despite being dead for over 2 months. Eska thinks it's the Dragon Balls protecting them, and I'm not going to complain about this, but it is weird. All this weird stuff, by the way, has been happening in one chapter. I don't know what was going on.
Been through a lot.
Piccolo rambles about how Vegeta has become a better person and how Goku hasn't changed since day one, something I vehemently disagree with, though it isn't worth getting into here. Then Moro and Vegeta talk about going to hell, and Vegeta calls himself a villain, something that hasn't really been the case since the Buu saga. Again, this is still the same chapter, so the weird choices in dialogue and lore are just continuing. After that passes, Moro uses his magic to escape, and he fries Shirameka and devours 7-3. This causes Moro to transform.
Did he just eat him? Hold on, did I look at that right? He beamed the first
Continuing.
one.
After that passes, Moro uses his magic to escape, and he fries Shirameka and devours 7-3. This
Dang.
causes
Talk
Moro
about
to
desperation.
transform
This
and
brother's
become
like, I
even
can't lose.
stronger than he was before, since 7-3 had a
No
backup
loyalty
of
to his
Moro
men.
saved within him, power and all. That's right, Moro has achieved some sort of perfection, you could say, by absorbing an android. That sounds vaguely familiar. With this new strength, Moro is easily able to handle Vegeta, and now there's no one that
now
can
he can
oppose
read,
him. Vegeta gets back up and tries
that
to use
reading
Force Spirit
ability
Vision
that the
again,
other
but
android
Moro
has.
has seen through the technique, realizing that Vegeta needs to inflict damage in order for it to work, so he just has to avoid his attacks. Gohan says it's fine since 7-3's copy ability only lasts 30 minutes, so they can stall him out, but Moro tells them that 7-3's copy is simply returning to the original, so no such time limit should exist. A similar thing happened with Merge Zamasu in the Dragon Ball Super manga, so this makes sense. Then Moro even grabs Vegeta's neck and copies his abilities as well. He uses a Big Bang attack to finish the Saiyan Prince, and Piccolo even notes that with Force Spirit Vision, Moro can even nullify fusion. With no one left to fight, Dende makes the courageous decision as Earth's god to go down and help them by healing everyone. Krillin has a bag of Senzu and is trying his best to make it back to them as well. As those two make their way over, the main battle hasn't stopped. Gohan and Piccolo make an opening for Goku to use an instant transmission Kamehameha, and if that wasn't enough of a reference, Moro just regenerates from it like Cell does. Then he stabs his newly created arm through Goku's chest. Also, Moro makes up some bullshit about having 7-3's old copy abilities forever. Why? Who knows? It literally doesn't make sense.
Wait, Goku
he could have
dies?
grabbed Piccolo's neck again to regenerate. Then he uses Piccolo's telepathy so he can listen in on Dende, who's telling Piccolo he's coming to heal them. Because of that, Moro creates a barrier around the battlefield.
Wait, can
so
you go back
Krillin
to Goku?
and Dende are now locked out. One by one, Moro starts to finish everyone off until only
Wait,
Jocko
that was Piccolo
is left.
as well.
Dende
They
watches from
no way
outside
they
the
did.
barrier in horror until it opens in front of him, and an angel tells him it isn't over yet. Then we see Merus save Jocko at the last second, imbuing a blaster shot with his own energy. Before Moro can see what happened, all the injured fighters were moved somewhere else so they could be healed by Dende. Merus then begins to battle Moro, and the Planet Eater notes that Merus has no detectable energy, even though he did before.
So Whis is cool with that. I thought he's gonna get he's gonna get erased if he fights. I guess he was talking to Whis about, I guess he doesn't care. I guess he wants to help his friends, and it's worth him disappearing over. Cause I'm like, why would Whis help with that? He warned him.
Merus is actually using his God Key, and because of it, he's actually doing well. Meanwhile, Whis and Beerus are over with Dende and the others. They were the ones who got them away from Moro, but with that done, Beerus says they're going to Bulma's place for some food. Dende begins to heal everyone, starting with Goku. It takes a little bit longer because of the type of wound he has, but eventually Goku
when
is
that
fully
brother
healed.
put his arm
When he
through Goku,
learns
I thought he
that Merus
died.
is fighting Moro, though, he flies over immediately. Goku stops Merus before he disappears and takes over the fight with Ultra Instinct Sign.
Yeah, it's like he's gonna die,
isn't
bro.
enough for an even stronger Moro. Goku is frustrated that he couldn't master Ultra Instinct, but Merus tells him one final push should be all he needs. While they're talking, Moro grabs Merus' neck to try and copy his abilities, but Merus cuts off Moro's hand before he can copy them.
Bro,
Merus
they ain't the
retaliates
best thing
by
to be
using
messed
his
with.
angel powers to seal away Moro's copy ability. I know it looks like he's just destroying the crystals, but it's specifically called a sealing technique, which explains why he can't just regenerate them. Beerus can sense that Merus is using his angel powers and tells Whis they're heading back to stop him. On the battlefield, Merus begins to explain how the Galactic Patrol changed him and made him grow a sense of justice. Even beyond that, meeting Goku and his friends solidified those ideals. Merus begins to charge one final attack and begins to think back to a conversation he had with Goku about Goku's constant heroics. Goku denies any heroism and talks as if it's all selfish desire that just happens to work out in the end. Again, I disagree with this being in the original manga, as he often did things for others first, then himself if it works out that way, but that's a video for a different day. Moro tries to stop Merus with a large energy ball, but Merus flies straight through it and seals away the final crystal. With that attack, Merus gives Goku parting words of encouragement and asks him to protect the universe he's come to love. A menacing aura engulfs Goku as rage begins to boil within him. His emotions begin to swell as he talks about how Merus fought for the sake of the entire universe, but with a deep breath, he calms himself down. He asks Jocko why he joined the Galactic Patrol, and Jocko tells him to preserve peace in the galaxy. And the outfits were cool. Goku is happy that his main reason is the same as Merus, and he says that since he's in the Galactic Patrol as well, protecting the universe is his job too. Moro gets back up, and Goku tells him he'll carry out Merus' will and beat him. Then his power begins to flare up. A giant aura
I'm about to say,
engulfs
you
the
can go all in
battlefield
with this
before
Ultra Instinct.
dissipating to
There we
reveal
go.
Goku with silver hair.
So that
Just to
silver didn't
recap,
come out
the
yet.
character introduced in this arc died to the main villain and left words of encouragement leading to a transformation. I'll let you figure out what that's a parallel to. The power of Ultra Instinct has a strange calmness to
He better
it,
win
and it
this. If he
instinctively
still loses-
terrifies Moro. Any attack Moro tries just can't hit Goku, and every attack of Goku's lands stronger than ever before. Moro powers up to full in hopes of closing the gap, but Goku is simply too far ahead. Goku lands a powerful punch that
that
sends
means that,
shockwaves across the entire Earth.
if
There's
this
just
character
no
went
way
to
for
Jiren,
Moro to
Jiren
even
would've won
begin
as
to
well.
fight back. As Moro is on the brink of death, he begs for his life, and Goku asks Jocko if Moro was sentenced to death, and after hearing that he was, he resigns from the Galactic Patrol in favor of fighting him like an Earthling. Krillin finally makes it to the battlefield, and Goku, in one of my least favorite scenes, takes the Senzu from him, giving one to Moro in exchange for him returning to prison. The context here
did that
is
again?
different.
He
but if
didn't
you
learn
wanna
from
say this
Cell?
is a Cell Saga parallel,
Yeah, you didn't
I
learn
wouldn't
that,
blame
bro?
you. So Moro agrees to Goku's conditions, but after eating his Senzu, he betrays Goku as he obviously would, and that terrible moment is made up for
Oh,
by
okay,
Goku's
okay.
Ultra
I was about to
Instinct
say, if
targeting
you
his
lose
body
because of this-
automatically to protect him from Moro's attack, immediately breaking the Planet Eater's hand, which is literally the most badass thing.
Okay,
After breaking
I
his hand
agree.
on Goku's body, they begin to talk, and Goku is disappointed Moro will never be able to change. He knows he has to kill him now after they're done talking. He asks Moro one more time if he's willing to return to prison quietly, but that's when Moro sees the hand that Merus chopped off earlier, and he says he's never going back. So Goku says he has no choice but to kill him to uphold Merus's will. Moro asks who Merus really was, and Goku basically just explains everything. Now knowing that Merus could use the same ability as Goku, he quickly pulls the hand that grabbed Merus's neck over to himself, and he begins to transform. His hair turns silver as well, and he begins to use Merus's Ultra Instinct. This is another parallel to Cell, who gained power like Gohan's
Oh,
after
come
becoming
on,
Super Perfect
Goku.
Cell.
Why
They
didn't you
begin to
just
fly
finish
around
it?
the Earth at full speed, clashing as they do, but as the fight goes on, Moro's body starts to inflate strangely. Goku tells him it's like what happened to Sagambo.
Oh,
His
okay,
body
good.
just
I'm about to
isn't
say,
trained
bro,
hold that
it-
much power.
I
Moro
get
has
sick
to
sometimes
give
when
up
Goku
Merus's
just letting
powers
things
or
go
be
on instead of
destroyed by
finishing it
them.
off.
Moro says he has no limits, remember that foreshadowing from earlier, and begins to seek a body that can contain the power. And eventually he uses his magic to merge with the Earth itself.
What the
Whis
heck?
explains that Moro being merged with the planet means they share the same fate now. If Moro is destroyed, the Earth will be destroyed as well, and the
All
resulting
Goku had to
energy
do
might
earlier
even
was just
destroy
finish
the
it
whole
off.
Galaxy.
Typical
basically,
Goku. All
our
these years, this brother still don't
protagonist didn't finish the
learn.
villain when they had the chance, leading to them potentially self-destructing along with the Earth. Do I really need to say what that's a parallel to? Moro then begins to absorb energy from everyone.
I understand why
touching
he's
the
doing
planet,
it, but it's
and
like,
that
how
energy
many
swell
times you gonna
within
let
him
this
will be a
happen? You
problem
know
if
what
this
happens
isn't
most of the
handled
time.
quickly. Beerus decides he'll help Goku finish the fight, but right as he's about to, Whis gets a summon from the Grand Priest, likely to do with Merus. Before they leave, Whis tells Goku the way to beat Moro and save the Earth is to destroy the crystal on his head. If done properly, it'll release Merus's copied abilities. With that, Beerus and Whis leave, but Moro begins to hide the crystal in his expanding body. That's when Vegeta flies in and begins to punch the Earth to use Force Spirit Vision. As the power leaves Moro, the crystal reappears and Goku flies in to finish the fight. However, Moro manages to stop Goku before he reaches the crystal, and he sucks the power out of Goku,
Oh,
forcing him
goodness.
back to base form. Piccolo asks
Goodness
Vegeta if
gracious.
he can use Force Spirit Vision in reverse, and he says it's possible. So they donate their ki to Goku, as do everyone on the lookout, and even Goten and Trunks. But it isn't enough. Goku can only return to Super Saiyan Blue with that much power. Now it seems truly hopeless. They begin to discuss other options, but
This could have been all avoided if Goku just did his job.
Up on his own, even if they do nothing. That's when a massive amount of divine power makes its way towards the battlefield, more than enough for Goku to finish the fight. Jocko had gotten the Great Lord of Lords, but that isn't whose key this is. The Great Lord of Lords found Oob and had him donate
Oh,
the
wow,
divine
look at
energy
that.
that reincarnated from Kid Buu. Vegeta gives Goku the divine power, and with it, Goku creates a giant key version of himself to hold Moro's arms back, as his real body delivers the final punch, ending Moro and saving the day. Afterwards, Buu returns to normal and forgets his time as the Great Lord of Lords. The Dragon Balls are used to fix the universe, and the Galactic Patrol have an award ceremony where Goku, Vegeta, Jocko, and even Merus are given awards.
Oh,
it's revealed
wow.
that Shin asked to exchange his own life for Merus. The Grand Priest was moved by his gesture and erased Merus himself temporarily, then restored him as a mortal to save him. So Merus now has a lifespan and no more angel powers. Can he still use Ultra Instinct? Who knows? With that settled, the Galactic Patrol celebrate as
That's
Beerus and
good,
Supreme
though.
Kai are
Oh
punished
my
for
goodness.
allowing
Look
an
at
angel to be lost. Peace has returned to the universe.
That's
For
good.
now.
I
This
mean,
is the
yeah,
best
he
arc
might
in
not-
Dragon
he
Ball
ain't gonna be
Super,
like Whis,
even with
but
my
still, that's
nitpicks,
good he
by the
came
way.
back.
Maybe you should pick up the manga and check it out yourself.
Yeah,
Make sure to
I
like
want to
and
collect the
subscribe.
manga. Shout out to I'm sorry if I said the name wrong, but Carthu's Dojo. Definitely subscribe to him. The way it's all edited and illustrated, the coloring, him, you know, his narration and all that, perfect. I definitely want to see the next one, the entire Granola arc. And I see right there's Alter Ego Vegeta and whoever this other guy is with red and blue eyes. Definitely gonna get into that, but that was good. Outside of Goku just not finishing the job. If it was Vegeta, it would have been over. But anyway, you know how it goes. The drama. Anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Shout out to this channel. Did I like and subscribe to? Yes, I did. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is good. I like this for a fan like me. This is gonna be very nice. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you later.